Land Before Time 12. These are 4 words I didn't even know existed in any kind of context until just recently. I mean, I knew animation companies like Disney, like to upchuck straight to something sequels, but 12? It's not even the last one. There are 13 of these poopies. Like, this could seriously be my entire review. Land Before Time. There's more than 10 of them. There, review done. You could argue that maybe it's unfair of me to judge them so harshly just because there's a lot of them. I mean, there are lots of James Bond movies, there are more than a dozen Friday the 13th movies. Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe it is unfair of me, but I don't care. I just don't want to watch 13 animated dinosaur movies. More to the point, every James Bond movie has been on the big screen. Every Friday the 13th movie has been on the big screen. Land Before Time 1 was on the big screen. Number 2 was already direct-to-video. Obviously, that means that by then the popularity of the series was already pretty much gone, but they just kept making them. Let's think about that, people. They don't have their fan base anymore, so they no longer have any reason to keep going. You know that metaphor, beating a dead horse? Well, that metaphor assumes you're trying to get life out of a lifeless animal, not just, mutilating a corpse just for kicks. Like, come on, are you telling me that they had creative reasons behind keeping the series going? If it was intended from the beginning to be a trilogy, or say 6 movies like Star Wars, then fine, I totally respect that. If you keep telling that story until you feel your story is done, despite the fact that you're no longer making money, that's what all storytellers wish they could do in dire circumstances, but 13 movies. There's no way they didn't run out of ideas after like the 3rd or 4th or 5th or 6th movies. You know what? They weren't even made by the same people. The writers, animators, producers, directors were all totally different for the second movie than the first. The only person that they managed to retain was the voice actor who played the part of the Triceratops. And then she was gone after the 4th movie. Are you getting this? We're less than a third of the way through this series, and we've lost absolutely everyone who's ever been involved in the original product. I swear, this movie has even changed nationalities. Check it out. Here are the animation credits for the first movie as listed on the Internet Movie Database. Wow, that's a lot of animators. Now here they are for the second movie. Hey, I see a lot of Korean names there. Let's skip ahead to number 5. Still mostly Korean, but I see some Spanish names in there as well. Maybe they're Filipino. Number 7? Wait, no animation credits at all. That's weird. Okay, let's try number 8. Nothing? What did they do? Reuse footage from the previous movies? Okay, let's skip ahead to the last movie. Now they're all Chinese. What? I should point out that I've not watched any of the Land Before Time sequels prior to this one. In fact, when the first Land Before Time movie came out, I was pretty young, and I don't even remember much of anything of the movie. I'm telling you this because I want you to understand that I went into this movie with a blank slate. I don't have any hopes to be crushed. I'll be looking at this as a standalone movie, not as part of a series. I think that's fair. I mean, think about it. It's a kids' movie, right? But it came out 18 years after the first movie. That means even a newborn infant, only seconds into this world, who somehow watched the very first movie on the very first day it came out, became a legal adult by the time number 12 was released. They can't possibly expect us to stay on top of this. So, enough said about all that. Here's the Land Before Time number 12, The Great Day of the Flyers. So we start off with a CGI Earth. Not the greatest looking CGI, but could be worse. The continents slowly reconnect to form Pangea. Looks nice enough.
Our world has been in existence for billions of years.
Somehow, I already can't stand this guy.
Time, it has gone through many changes, both big and small.
He's this weird, overly sweet-sounding older guy, like you might get to voice over a book on tape for a young Jedi Knights novel.
Continents grow.
Okay, that CGI didn't last long at all. I don't know if I'm disappointed in that or not. I just didn't have much time to grow attached to it is all.
And fall, turning the Earth into a world of snow and ice.
Okay, we get it. It's prehistoric. I said I don't remember much of the first movie, but here's what I do remember. There were dinosaurs in it. I mean, you don't need to set that up for us.
Species of animals come, flourish.
Where have I heard that sound before? Oh, yeah! Aside from the fact that they went with an overused stock sound, I just wonder why the dinosaur sounds like a camel.
Yes, the Earth is very different than it was in the days of the dinosaurs.
Whoa, dinosaurs? For real? Okay, kidding aside, I have to say this animation is great. Look at that waterfall. I mean, I know I can't draw like that. This is me trying. Okay, so finally we have our protagonists, I think. That guy looks like... what's his name from the first one? Littlefoot. Wow, that's a name that takes me back.
Do you see anything?
As for the others, I don't know. One's dumb, the other's annoying.
Watch it! Spike!
Boo!
Oh, you know I do not like it when I get bumped off of things. And now I do not see what I think I saw before.
Hey man, stop with the guilt trip. The guy only knocked you to your near death off a gigantic cliff.
Hey, I wonder where Sarah is.
Hey, that sounds
She
like a
should've been here
perfect
by now.
segue. Why, where is Sarah, movie? As a matter of fact, Sarah's right here, watching her mom make out with an egg.
Isn't it beautiful?
Looks like a rock.
You planning to stare at it till it hatches?
Hey, I can if I want to.
I know.
What? What did he say?
Who do you think it's gonna look like? You or me?
You, I hope.
Well, yeah, me too.
Ugh! I hate this woman. She doesn't let him poke even the smallest bit of fun at her. But then he implies that he's ugly, and she's only too happy to jump on board and insult him. And Mr. Unevolved Spine here just laughs along with it like she's just being charmingly sassy. She's being a jack-off, and I hope she gets her throat torn out by a T-Rex. So Sarah pipes up and says she wants to go hang out with her friends, and her parents blatantly ignore her while more hilarious domestic abuse takes place.
I really don't.
Topsy, did you lay this egg?
No, but I was...
Then hush up and help me.
And finally she just leaves.
Hey, there they are. I even see Petrie.
How can they tell him from the others? They all look the same. So, Petrie manages to screw up flying so badly he takes down the entire group. A whole bunch of young children falling out of the sky, once again played for laughs. Whoever wrote this seems to find the threat of death to be a hoot.
Oh, can a fella have a simple snack without a bunch of little beakheads falling out of the sky on him?
Yes, about a dozen kids just dropped hundreds of feet to the hard ground, and this guy's complaining about his snack being interrupted.
Hey, everybody. That's some landing, huh?
Get off the stage. This turns out to be the major plot of the story. There's a family tradition involving the young pterodactyls learning to fly together. If they all can't fly together on the great day of the flyers, then, actually, I don't know what. But it's apparently a big deal. So, Petrie's entire family mocks him.
You're hopeless.
Then his mother nags him until he sadly saunters off to sulk. Sullenly.
They think me never do nothing right. Sometimes me wish me had a whole nother family.
But wait, what's happening in the dysfunctional codependent Triceratops subplot?
Scoot over.
More Just a little bit more. Perfect.
So now she's actually trying to kill him through his heightened state of suggestion when he's half asleep. That's brilliant. I think I'm starting to like her.
Me good alone. Not so good with family.
Join the club. Huh?
Wow, look at that. Are they shocked that things are a bit rocky between a young girl and her parents? Can't be, that's normal. I think they know some serious neglect and abuse is going on, and they've been trying not to acknowledge it. Now she's let the elephant in the room out of the bag, and they don't know how to respond. So anyway.
Just tell yourself you can do anything.
Me can do anything. Me can do anything. Me can do anything.
Well, that was easy.
Hey, me doing okay.
Maybe not so much.
Petrie, you okay? What's in there?
Is everyone okay?
Sorry. Did I scare you?
That guy's name better not be Archie.
Who's making all the racket?
Yeah, that would be me. Hi. I'm really sorry if you were disturbed. Not that anyone's saying you're disturbed, least of all me. I mean, you know, in the sense of being not all there. You're obviously all there. I mean, just look at you. You're right.
Ugh, I am so sick of that stupid, dumb, cliched, nervous guy bit. I can tolerate a lot of things in a movie. I can live with boring monotony.
Coordinate 113. Inertial position of object 512.
Incredibly cheesy special effects. I can even be okay with absolutely horrible acting.
My God, what is it?
But this kind of lame attempt at humor is so painful, it really just offends me.
Look, I wouldn't try this on you, you know? We met a romantic thing, the next thing black dress.
It's not funny, Hollywood! It was never funny, it just makes us uncomfortable.
No, I'm not getting it.
So stop it!
We don't like noise around here. Some of us are trying to hatch eggs. Out of my way.
I wouldn't go that way if I were you.
Well, you're not me.
Okay.
Dude, he warned you! How is this his fault? Holy Sanchez, everyone in this movie is a douche clown.
What's your name?
They call me Guido.
Okay, so he's not Archie. Maybe they didn't take the cheap way out. Or maybe he's not an Archaeopteryx. Let me pull up the Wikipedia page on feathered dinosaurs. Okay. Nothing looks like Guido. Very well. Continue.
I'm the only one like me I've ever seen.
Oh. I guess it's not that shocking. It's just when he strikes a pose like that. All I can say is this whole I'm the only one of my kind thing has to be some sort of retarded interpretation of a missing link idea. Anyway, inspired by the idea of being the only one of your kind, Petrie breaks into song, which I promptly skipped past. Yeah, that's one other thing I can't tolerate. Stupid songs. So the characters all quickly forget about helping Petrie fly, and the whole plot changes focus to helping Guido find a herd. I mean, I guess I don't have any particular problem with switching focus like that. It's kind of more natural that way to have people change their plans when some new problem is introduced. But the title is The Great Day of the Flyers, and the main plot really should be about the pterodactyls and their weird tradition. It's just come to a complete halt to accommodate this newcomer. And it's all completely ridiculous. Look at these idiots trying to figure out if these two guys are the same type of dinosaur.
I got a tail. You got a tail?
Oh, yes, sir. One tail right here.
Aha, now we're getting somewhere. The tiny feathered green dinosaur has a tail, just like the giant spiky red dinosaur. Hey, have you noticed that you never see the two of them in the same place at the same time? I wonder... Okay, so finally they get back to Petrie.
Go down when they go down. Go up when they go up.
Well, he certainly has the intricacies of flying down to a science. Since we're only 23 minutes into the movie, however, I somehow think he's gonna screw up again. Any second now.
Me just not fit in.
You think you don't fit in? Look at me. I can't swim. I can't bop folks with my tail.
Hey, does this guy's voice sound familiar to you?
I don't fit in anywhere.
Holy barfaroni, it's Raphael! From Ninja Turtles! No, seriously, I just looked it up, and it's totally him! That just makes me feel all warm inside.
You know have to fly.
Tria's egg is about to hatch.
Man, that whole family has weird behavioral disorders. Aw, look. It's a... red.
Well, is it true? Does the three-horn family have a new addition?
Yep. And, so do we.
Petrie, did you knock up that white girl in the Tri-Cities? No, Petrie has decided to adopt Guido. And this is the part when I got really bored.
Oh, Sarah, could you watch Trisha for me? Just for a bit. I won't be long.
Ooh. Okay, now it's got my attention again. Because this can only end with Sarah losing the baby, and I can't wait to see how Psychopotamus reacts.
Oh, no, you don't. Come back here.
Yes. 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 No.
Gonna get me in trouble.
Sarah gets poked in the eye and her parents don't care, which is a little underwhelming to me.
She was running? What a smart girl.
Man, I was hoping for some carnage. Yeah, I know it's a kids movie, and I know there's not going to be any violence or anything, but I just wanted to see more sociopathic behavior involving dropping people off cliffs and demeaning them. But now that we're on the subject of violence, shouldn't there at least be some kind of threat of danger or something? They're dinosaurs. We're the meat eaters. I'm pretty sure that the first movie had stuff like that. You know, it would just give the movie a bit of an edge to make their little problems seem a little more interesting. You know, Petrie having trouble flying would be much more intense if instead of everyone just falling and landing in a field, there are raptors waiting to eat them when they hit the ground. It'd keep me awake for sure. Instead, we have this.
Spike!
Another song starts. At first I was inclined not to skip it, mostly because I just dug the low-angled shot. Kind of made me feel like I was playing Doom. But then I realized she was singing a song whining about how her parents don't pay any attention to her, and I realized that if I wanted to hear that, I'd listen to Some Simple Plan. Off the internet. You heard me. I'm not paying money to support those guys. Okay, let's skip right along. We're just past the halfway point, and Petrie's ready to give it another try. Some high-energy adventure music is playing, so that probably means he's gonna finally succeed. You know, in a strange way, I actually kind of hope he succeeds this time. The subplot's been pretty formulaic and predictable, but I don't know, I guess I kind of like the character. So, did he do it? It just cut away. Don't do that. I mean, I find Sarah's family dynamic pretty fascinating, but don't pull me away at the crucial moment. Isn't that like storytelling 101? Okay, so they've landed somewhere. That's nice. So the big moment is done, and we didn't even get to see it happen? Wait, how did Guido get there? They've clearly established that he can't fly, and he was waiting behind when the others took off. Oh no, you're not... Ugh. Well, I have to give this movie credit for that. I wasn't afraid to go there. Okay, so blah blah blah, Petrie flying, blah, Sarah learning how to love her little sister, blah blah, Petrie flying, blah blah blah.
That was your best flight ever.
You know what? That voice is familiar too. Hey, it's Principal Skinner's mom in The Simpsons. Okay, now I have to find out who else was what. The Triceratops with a mental sickness is one of the main people in The Ghost Whisperer, and she was also in The Practice. I never watched either, so I really don't know. Petrie was IQ in James Bond Jr., the dad in Dexter's Lab, one of the cows in that Wild West cow show, Brooklyn in Gargoyles, Ace in the Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo from Johnny Bravo, Peter Puppy in the Earthworm Jim cartoon, and, okay, this one's really cool to me in particular, Hardak in Batman, the animated series. That's good nostalgia. He probably played a bunch of other people you might be familiar with. This guy's got a massive IMDb resume here. Check it out. I guess this isn't really completely relevant. I just thought it was neat.